Yo, what is good, community? JR Nightmare again. Alright, so just got two things I need to address real quick before I start this video up. First one, of course, the contest. The second half of the contest has ended, of course, and we have a winner in that. There wasn't a lot of votes, but it was just enough to give the stash bin the first place for that. So once again, thanks for all you guys' votes and videos. Also, big special thanks to Riot and Boog for their contribution to that. I mean, that was really cool. So stash bin won the jackpot, and that was up to $70. So there you go, man. That's be a nice figure for you. So I'll get a hold of you and get all your information stuff and get you something nice. So alright, so once again, thank you guys for that. Contest went pretty smooth, so really like that. Second half, somebody fell. Second half of this is I finally got a hold of Thor. Yes, of course, like this wave, I haven't been able to find too many of them out here. So, but this figure was actually from Sentry Productions. We made a trade for a few other things. So, big thank you, Sentry. And just to clarify things up, Sentry Production does not steal figures, nor has he ever. He doesn't need to. He has, he works hard for his figures. I know that we talk all the time. So everyone who says that he steals stuff, you guys can stop with the hating and the crying. You know what I'm saying? Because he does not steal figures. So big shout out to Sentry. Thank you again. So alright, so here we go with the main focus of this video is, of course, I've been working on my 3-inch Hall of Armor area, which is always a work in progress, but this isn't it right here. Me and the mechanic are to come up with some stuff for this area, probably like a little deck up here, workshop, so it's gonna be cool. But like I said, everything is always a work in progress. So now what I want to talk about was a buddy of mine. We got into a debate about A-list and B-list characters. Now, he had told me he thought Iron Man was a B-list character, and he was like, I don't know why a B-list character would get a movie, which I didn't agree with. I think Iron Man is probably one of the most important people in Marvel, a character that really controlled what happened for a lot of things in the last years. Now, I know Marvel has changed everything, in the last few months or so, but I strongly still feel that Iron Man is one of the most important and powerful characters in Marvel. He funded the Avengers. He was the military supplier for the United States. One of the smartest, men in Marvel. Plus, outside of the comic world, the marketing for him is just unbelievable. Look at all these suits he comes up with. He's just a fun character. So it got me to thinking, what is Marvel's true A-list characters? It's just not characters that you particularly like, because we all have our likes and dislikes. But if Marvel had to give us their top 5, what would you do? Who would your top 5 be? So I came up with my little top 5, and I would start out with number 5 being, of course, Iron Man right here. Like all the reasons I told you. He's very powerful, one of the smartest people in Marvel, actually funded the Avengers. This guy is just a real threat. Plus, in every event that's happened, well, almost everyone, he was involved in it. Even he wasn't causing it or nothing like that, but that's a different story. So I think number 5 for me would have to be Iron Man. Number 4, like I said, it's always up to debate, and that's why I want to do this, get you guys' opinion and get you guys' own list going. Number 5, I would have to say Captain America. Just because back in the days when Marvel was first, when Captain America first was introduced, he was like a big support or a big hope for the soldiers out there. They actually read Captain America comics, and he was actually fighting out there with them. So I think he's just one of those important characters that, you saw what happens when he dies, right? Or Steve Rogers, that they couldn't actually go on without a Captain America. Somebody had to take up the shield. And of course they couldn't keep Steve Rogers down. So once again, he's a fantastic leader, one of the best fighters in Marvel. So definitely have to give him the 4 spot. Now here this is always up to debate. Like I said, everything is. Number 3, I have to go with Wolverine on this one. Now, these aren't my, like I said, my favorite characters. These are just who I think Marvel's A-list characters are. And actually, Wolverine was voted in Wizard, I think last year, as the #1 superhero of all time. Which, I mean, of course, I didn't agree with that, but I can't argue with his position being in the top 5. Wolverine is just one of the most well-known mutants. He's worked with all the Avengers, markets really well. I mean, he basically saves all the movies. Especially number 3, because that was dreadful. But I definitely have to go with Wolverine. Number 2, you might not like it, but I think Incredible Hulk is one of the most fantastic characters that Marvel's come up with. I mean, this is like Frankenstein's monster all in one. They stayed true to, he's basically the same guy all the way around, except for, he can turn into this, puny human who, when he all of a sudden he gets pissed, he turns into this raging monster. And he's just a fun character. I mean, you see how the movie, actually, the first one, it really wasn't that great, but the kids love it. He transcends well, over time, and he's just a fun character. So I definitely have to give him number 2. Number 1, you can't say Marvel without thinking SpiderMan. Regardless, I mean, the first thing that comes to mind when you say Marvel, I mean, SpiderMan, of course. He's like their golden boy. Not being the most powerful, not being, the most super smartest, but he is their bread and butter. This guy is Marvel all in one. So, all right, so that's just my top 5 A-list characters. Now, of course, you guys will probably have your own. So definitely put a comment on the bottom of your A-list, or even better, do a video. Make your own A-list Marvel characters. Just the heroes for right now. We'll do villains a little later. But I just want to see who everybody thinks. Alright, you guys. Peace.